What is up? Y'all, welcome back to the channel. Let me ask you something right up front. If you were buying your very first carry gun in 2025, would you still grab a SIG P365 or a Glock 43X? Or do you feel like those guns are starting to look a little old for years? Those two are the kings of the micro 9mm world. They set the standard for size and capacity, but in the last year or so, we have seen a whole new wave of pistols that are smaller, hold more rounds, ship optics ready from the factory, and feel a lot more modern in the hand. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 5 of the most interesting new 9mm carry guns on the market. Some of them live in that true micro lane. One of them plays in compact territory. All of them are serious competition for the classics. A lot of folks still carry them every single day. Let's lay down a few quick ground rules, so you know what made the cut. Every pistol here is a fresh design that hit the scene in late 2024 or early 2025, and every single one is purpose-built for concealed carry. They all come optics ready straight from the factory. They all run 9mm, and they all pack real defensive capacity for their size. If it can't carry at least 10+1 and take a red dot without a trip to the gunsmith, it's not on this list. Now, let's tap into it. Number 5 is the Savage Stance XR. Your ticket into the modern micro 9mm world without breaking the bank. The original single-stack Savage Stance was a solid little pistol, but it showed up just as everyone was jumping on the double-stack micro train, so it never really took off. The Stance XR is Savage's second shot, and it's a big upgrade. You get a 3.2-inch barrel, a 10+1 flush mag, and a 13+1 extended mag, all in a slim package that disappears under a t-shirt for easy inside the waistband carry. What really puts the Savage Stance XR on the map is how many modern features you get for the price. Savage added a quick-release optic mount, so slapping on a red dot is a breeze, not a weekend project. There's a legit accessory rail up front for a light, and you can choose versions with or without a manual safety. Multiple sight packages are available, including factory night sights. The dual recoil spring setup takes the sting out of shooting a lightweight micro, and the grip texture gives you solid traction without chewing up your side when you carry it close. The honest downside here is the brand and the ecosystem. Savage isn't the first name that pops into most people's heads for concealed carry, and the holster and aftermarket options are definitely slimmer than what you get with SIG or Glock. But if you want an optics-ready micro 9mm and your budget is more working man than Gucci gun, the Savage Stance XR is a smart buy and easily takes the number 5 spot as the value king of the bunch. Next up at number 4 is the training-focused micro, the Canik Meaty MC9 Prime. Canik made its name with full-size and compact striker-fired pistols that have triggers way better than you'd expect for the price. The Meaty MC9 Prime takes all that goodness and shrinks it down for concealed carry. You get a barrel just over 3.5 inches, an overall length just under 6.8 inches, and a 17-round mag that sits surprisingly low in the grip. That's compact gun capacity packed into a micro plus-sized frame. The slide on the Canik Meat MC9 Prime is ready for a modern micro red dot and comes with lightning cuts and porting to help keep the muzzle flat while you shoot. The trigger is classic Canik, flat-faced, light, crisp, and with a short, snappy reset that makes double taps and fast transitions a breeze. You get interchangeable back straps to dial in the grip for your hand, and the factory sights are actually good enough to use right out of the box. There's a trade-off, though. The Canik Meat MC9 Prime isn't the lightest pistol here, and it's not a pocket gun. This one is meant to ride on a real belt, under a cover garment, and then go run a weekend training class without beating you up. If your idea of a carry gun means running drills, taking classes, and actually putting hundreds of rounds through it, the Canik Meat MC9 Prime deserves a spot in your top tier and lands solidly at number 4. Number 3 is what I'd call the accuracy-focused micro, the FN Reflex XL MRD. The original FN Reflex brought a hammer-fired design into the micro 9mm world and surprised a lot of shooters with how good it felt on the range. The Reflex XL MRD takes that idea a step further. You get a 3.8-inch barrel, a 15-round flush mag with an 18-round backup, and a package that's still slim enough for daily inside-the-waistband carry. If you're used to carrying a real gun, the real magic is the internal hammer system. The FN Reflex XL MRD gives you a single-action style trigger with a clear wall, a crisp break, and a short, positive reset for newer shooters or folks with smaller hands. That predictable trigger and extra sight radius can make a big difference at 15 or 25 yards. FN finishes it off with solid frame texturing, a practical rail, a bright front sight, and an optics cut that fits all the popular micro dots. The end result feels less like a compromise and more like a duty pistol that's been on a serious diet. Of course, that extra performance means a little extra size. The FN Reflex XL MRD takes up more belt space than a SIG P365, and if you're in hot, humid weather where it's t-shirt season most of the year, you'll have to think a bit more about concealment. But if you want a pistol that's still small enough for daily carry and lets you ring steel at 25 yards without feeling like you're fighting the gun, the FN Reflex XL MRD is a strong contender and easily earns the number 3 spot. Sliding into number 2 is the pistol HK fans have been waiting for, the HK CC9. Heckler & Koch has been making bomb-proof duty pistols forever. But if you wanted that same build quality in a true micro 9mm, you were out of luck. Until now, the CC9 finally delivers. You get a 3.3 2-inch barrel, a 10+1 flush mag, a 12+1 extended option, and a weight right around 18.5 ounces on paper. It sits right next to the SIG P365 and Glock 43X, which is exactly where HK wanted to be. The frame on the HK CC9 uses a modular fire control unit, so HK can roll out new sizes and variants without starting from scratch. The controls are fully ambidextrous right out of the box, so lefties aren't second-class citizens. The bore axis is low. The grip shape avoids weird angles that fight your wrist, and the frame contouring keeps sharp edges away from your body so it actually carries comfortably. Of course, the slide is cut for common micro red dots, and you get real night sights from the factory. Yes, the HK CC9 costs more than the Savage Stance XR, and often more than the Canik Miti MC9 Prime. That's the classic HK tax. But you're getting a level of testing, parts support, and long-term durability that's kept HK pistols in serious holsters all over the world. If your mindset is buy once, cry once, and carry the same pistol for the next decade, the HK CC9 makes a strong case for that number 2 spot. Now for number 1, and this is where we step out of the micro lane and talk about a compact that's clearly gunning for Glock 19 fans. The Ruger RXM isn't pretending to be a pocket pistol. It's a compact 9mm with a 4-inch barrel, just over 7 inches long, and a 15-round mag that uses the Magpul PMag 15GL9 pattern. In plain English, this is a Glock 19-sized gun with a modern 2025 feature set and a Ruger price tag. The heart of the Ruger RXM is a removable stainless steel fire control chassis that drops into a Magpul enhanced handgun grip module. The serialized part is the metal insert, not the grip shell, so Ruger and Magpul can roll out new grip sizes, textures, and even frame styles down the road, and you'll be able to swap them without buying a whole new gun. Plus, you get Glock-compatible sights, an optics-ready slide that takes common footprints, and the ability to use familiar mags and a bunch of existing holsters. On the range, the Ruger RXM does exactly what you want a compact 9mm to do. You get a full firing grip, a sight radius that makes 25-yard shots feel honest instead of lucky, and enough weight to keep recoil in check without turning it into a boat anchor on your belt. It's not going to disappear in gym shorts, but in a real holster on a solid belt. It nails that sweet spot between concealment and shootability. If you're already carrying something Glock 19 sized, the Ruger RXM is a natural, affordable upgrade, and that's why it takes the top spot. So where does that leave the old guard, like the SIG P365 and Glock 43X? Honestly, they're still solid guns. If you carry one now and shoot it well, you're not undergunned just because these new models are out. What's changed is the baseline, optics-ready slides, higher capacity in the same footprint, modular frames, and better triggers out of the box are quickly becoming the new normal. The real win here is choice. You can build your carry setup around value with the Savage Stance XR, training and performance with the Canik Miti MC9 Prime accuracy and trigger feel with the FN Reflex XLMRD, durability and ambi controls with the HK CC9, or a full-blown compact ecosystem with the Ruger RXM. Drop your pick in the comments. Let me know what you're carrying now, and which one of these you'd trust on your belt next. If you got something out of this video, hit like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.